And last but not least, I am number 4, which is a big improvement over I am number 2. But, and Mark's always saying, I'm number 1. But that's beside the point. A young boy with amazing psychic, mental telekinetic powers is being chased. He is number 4 on a list of 9 people. The first 3 people on the list have been liquidated.
Ooh.
And so he is number 4, and he escapes and is on the run with the help of a young girl who is played by the young girl who plays the cheerleader on Glee. And so it looks really interesting. It's a kind of a I don't want to say espionage film, but it's a thriller in like the Bourne Identity type of vein, that type of thing.
With some superpowers thrown in.
Superpowers thrown in. So let's take a look at that footage.
Nice.
There were 9 of us who escaped. Number 1 was killed in Malaysia. Number 2 was murdered in England. Number 3 was hunted down in Kenya. Before they come for the others, they'll come for me. I am number 4.
And that is it for not Tube News, for Popcorn Previews for this month.
No, it's not.
It's not?
No.
Why?
Why? Because I have breaking news.
All right, here we go.
Would you like to know what this breaking news is?
Why do you do this to me? Every month you come up with another film after I'm done. You just sent me the list. You bastard.
It's not a movie trailer.
What is it?
It's breaking news. How many times do I have to explain this to you?
I understand.
You break in with the Harry Potter thing being in regular 2D. Okay, let's hear your breaking news.
Well,
and by the way, have some
roughage.
We've all known about The Hobbit, being on and off again. It's gone through multiple directors, blah, 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 blah. New Line has just committed it to be officially a go. It's going to start shooting very shortly.
Shortly.
I know.
Yeah.
You're funny.
Go ahead.
2012, December 2013, there'll be 2 parts. Peter Jackson's directing. Everyone can jump up and down for joy. There you go.
Yay.
So yeah, it's big news. I just found out this morning.
Good. Guillermo del
You just
Toro?
found out this morning. You couldn't have told me.
I could have, but then I don't get this reaction. It makes for good television.
Bastard.
I love you too, Jay.
That's it, man. It's game over, man. It's game over.
Sure.
While you're on camera, let's move along to Game Over. Alvin, talk about the wonderful world of
Well,
movies.
wait a
and
minute. I've got
DVDs.
breaking news.
You have to wait till after he's done. Then you can spoil it for him.
No. This isn't gaming news.
It's not. What is it?
This is Entertainment Weekly.
Right.
Just put out a poll
Yep.
out of the viewers or the readers to see who they would like to play Superman in the next Superman movie.
So we're still talking movies.
We're still talking movies.
All right.
Overwhelmingly, they chose young Mr. Tom Welling.
Who's
Well,
not
that's
so
all
young
right.
anymore.
Not so
but
young.
anyways.
56%.
Yep.
He's younger than me. So, I mean, some of the other choices I'm sitting here looking at going, what?
Yeah.
You know, that was like Nicolas Cage's Superman, huh?
Right.
But Tom Welling as Superman, after last night's episode, where
Oh,
he
Smallville?
did the split screen of him as the future Clark Kent and the present day Clark Kent, I was convinced that they could really pull it off and make it look good.
Okay.
So, I think that may be a good choice. Now, whether it becomes actuality, who can say?
Who knows? But it would be good.
And
All right.
that's now game over.
All right. Now it's time for a segment I like to call Game Over. Calvin, what do you got?
Not a whole lot this month. Actually, I have a lot, but not a lot.
Well, there were a lot of stuff last month that we had to.
Yeah, so I'm trying to make it fairly simple this month.
All right.
The Abyss, speaking of James Cameron, which we'll have more news on him going on, it's something that I find really funny. Long awaited The Abyss. I mean, it's been out for a while. It's one of his more acclaimed movies. The DVD releases have been lacking, to say the least. And it looks like it's going to come out on Blu-ray and updated in a DVD for next year. Finally have an anamorphic transfer, so actually look like what it's supposed to look like in the theaters, and hopefully that'll come to fruition. Now, this being November, you know, Christmas is just around the corner. I hate using that word.
Yep.
But November is by far the biggest release month for it comes to movies coming out to home video. And this is what we have in no particular order that's out just this month alone. Ready?
Ready.
Toy Story 3.
Good movie.
Yep, excellent movie.
Scott Pilgrim vs. the World.
Awesome movie.
Oh, that was great.
Day one by.
Yep.
The 5th season of Doctor Who.
Yes.
Yeah,
Very nice.
yeah.
Yep.
The next DC animated adventure, Superman Shazam, since I can't use Captain Marvel, The Return of Black Adam.
Oh, okay. All right.
Re-released and first time on Blu-ray, Fantasia with Fantasia 2000.
Okay.
Now, I just wondered why can't they use Captain Marvel? I've never understood that because Captain Marvel was Captain Marvel long before the Marvel version.
If I
came
remember
along.
correctly, Marvel, the comic company, did some type of copyright thing, and they won the suit. So they can still call him Captain Marvel in the comics itself, but in his own like for the title, they can't use Captain Marvel. That's why every time you see him in his own book, it's Shazam or some takeoff of Shazam.
Right.
And the same reason why the 70s live action was Shazam, even though they called him Captain Marvel during the actual showing of the show. So that's that. Moving on, Marco like this, The Sorcerer's Apprentice
Oh, wonderful.
with Nicolas Cage.
Although I heard that wasn't really, it was a pretty good movie. I heard,
So you're gonna see it?
I'll probably rent it. I'm not going to buy it, but
Okay.
I'll rent it.
Where are we? The Expendables.
Okay.
Looking forward to that since I didn't get to see it in the theater.
Okay.
Batman Beyond, the complete series. It's coming in a very elaborate
that was
case.
interesting.
All,
All right.
all sort of different things going
Yep.
on. I'm looking forward to that. Twilight Eclipse.
Oh, that's right. All right. So
There you
now
go.
we know
Christmas
what our
present for your
daughter's,
daughter.
my daughter's getting for Christmas. Yep.
And maybe the best for last, maybe, the complete Metropolis. This is the Kino version that they found in, I want to say, Brazil.
Yeah.
So it's been restored, put all together. So that's going to all be
Oh,
released.
wow.
That's really cool.
Nice.
Yeah, so if you're a real film buff, that's the thing to pick up.
Yeah, not just a sci-fi film
Right.
buff, but
I mean, a
movies
film
in general.
historian
Right.
or buff, yeah.
Yep.
And I freely admit this gave me a little bit of a chuckle. Coming
Okay.
out on the same day, Avatar, the extended version, and The Last Airbender.
Oh, all right.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
What a coinky dink.
and according to Amazon's ranking, they're like 1 and 2
Right.
for sales for that particular
That
day.
poor
I wanna
Last
say it's like
Airbender. They
the
could have done
16th.
so much with that movie, but
Yeah, but it's still,
what a disappointment.
Still did pretty well.
Yeah.
Now, on to gaming news, and I have some disappointing news for you guys. It's good for me because I have no money, but it's bad for you guys.
Well, I don't have any money either, so here we go. Okay.
DC Universe Online has been delayed.
Thank you. Yeah, I knew about that.
Yeah,
So-
you knew.
Early next year, they're probably talking March, so
Right.
maybe a little bit earlier, but it's definitely has been pushed off the holiday season.
My understanding is that if you purchase the game in this month in November, if you purchase the game outright, you get on the beta testing list. So you can play the beta, the icky, buggy, crazy version of it until the whole thing is released in 2011.
So that's something you might want to look forward to. We'll have more info on that as it comes along. So let's see. The first of the Wii ripoffs. This is really not a way to play. The PlayStation Move has been out for almost a month now.
All right.
It's selling very well in Europe. Has over been 1 million units sold and pushed. Not so much here. About 300,000 units so far. So it's doing okay. But so hardware sales have really struggled over the past couple of months for both the Wii and the PlayStation. Xbox is doing pretty well since the new Slim version came out, and with sales of Halo Reach,
Yeah, that's what pushed it up.
Xbox is doing very well. Speaking of Halo Reach, the first map pack will be out at the end of this month on November 30th.
Yep.
800 points or $10. It'll have 3 new maps, multiplayer for your perusal, and more achievement points if you're into that sort of thing.
Nice.
Halo Reach has been an awful lot of fun. I will definitely be picking up those maps.
Good.
Let's see, what else? Rock Band 3. Next month, I'm really hoping to have an in-depth review on Rock Band 3. You guys know I've been thinking about this for a while, and Harmonix has really started putting all its heavy hitters together, because the past month, I mean, it seemed like, to me personally, a lot of the DLC that's been out for the past couple of months has been hit or miss, wishy-washy, some obscure stuff. These past 4 weeks, though, have all been heavy hitters. Just recently, we've had stuff from REM. The Jimi Hendrix Are You Experienced album came out. Upcoming next week is a bunch of songs from Stone Temple Pilots, one of my favorite bands. And unfortunately, you're not going to be able to take advantage of this, but if you've been paying attention to me talking about Rock Band, when it comes out on the 26th, there's going to be a 12-pack of The Doors, including some of their most classic hits. Break On Through is already on the disc, and until the end of October, which it's too late if you're already listening to me, 3 of their biggest songs, Riders on the Storm, Light My Fire, and I forget the other one off the top of my head, they'll be free. And they'll also have the updated functionality for the Pro Bass, the Pro Guitar, and the stuff that we were talking about before.
Okay.
The rest of the songs include some of the biggest hits, People Are Strange, L.A. Woman, which I'm really looking forward to.
Now, let me ask, is this something that's geared toward people our age who grew up when the Doors were actually around, or is it more a reintroduction to younger audiences?
The really great thing I found about Rock Band personally is my family, and I have an 11-year-old daughter, as you well know. My family and friends, this is probably the game I played the most as a family, by far more so than anything else.
Right.
It really, it brings generations together. It's great for people like us who were, well, you guys were around when the Doors were around.
Yeah.
I was just a baby being born, but I can really appreciate that music. And it also gives new appreciation to younger fans who might be listening to this music for the first time.
Which is good stuff.
There's a lot of songs I never would have given, or artists or groups I would never have given a second thought that I'm now fans of,
Right.
simply because of this game.
You mean like
And-
Rush?
No, I was always a fan of Rush. At
Always
least
been a
I
Rush
knew what
fan.
Rush.
That's true.
Let's not go into that again, because he's here and he'll just throw stuff at you.
That's true. Yeah, I'll have to duck.
I would have loved to have seen that. That would have been funny. You do know who Rush is, right, Jay?
Hemispheres.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Okay,
thank
that's
you.
enough.
That's enough.